Hello everyone. So we have 3 doors for you today to pick from, and I chose all of these doors randomly, so I haven't deciphered the image yet. I would like to do that when you are in your group. So the group number 1 is this image. Group number 2, your image is this one. And group number 3, your image is this one. So once you have chosen which group is yours, I will see you there. Hi, pile number 1. Your pick is this door, and I must say, this is a very classic door. Not to say the other doors are not, but this door has a certain quality to it that I just like, and especially that it has so many plants around it, and it just gives off this feeling that a lady from a rich old lady must live here. Not to say that you're not, but I know some of you in around here wants to be that rich old lady who lives alone and just has parties. Oh my god, that's what I'm getting the feeling of. There is this lady who has so many parties, and she's known for her amazing taste in alcohol, and all her friends wear hats, and I get that feeling like that is the lady is coming from. And even if you are a guy, I would say you're very 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 bougie, but in a very, not a show off way, but you like to live comfortably kind of way. Like, you don't want to do stuff just to show off, but you're definitely the person who would like to have nice things just to have nice things. So when you pay attention to this image, I can see that there is this door. It has this moon door over it, and it just gives me a feeling that the issue that you're facing at the moment has a solution which is very unique. Like, you're gonna find a very unique solution, because look, the 2 doors can be opened easily, but there is a third window on top of it, which is not necessarily of any use, but it is there. And that is why I have a feeling that there is certain kind of things that yet to be released. Like, there are certain facts that you do not know about the situation, and once you know these facts, your solution would be right there. You can just pick it up, use it, solve this issue, and you would be off to have tea with your best friend. And there is so much symmetry going on in this picture that I can just say that you have worked a lot on your shadow self, but there is just the feeling I'm getting is that you are in a very good place in your life at the moment. Yes, you might have this one problem, and as humans we have the tendency to just focus on the issues and less on the solutions, because we just ignore all the blessings, because as a survival mechanism we need to solve this problem as soon as possible before we move on to celebrating. And because of that, even during celebrations we are not completely there, because we are always thinking about what is the next trouble that is gonna strike us. But as I said about your personality, you are a bougie old, like a wealthy old person. Like, your inner self is like an old soul who just wants to enjoy and bask in the wintry sun and not care about a thing in their life. So you know what, that is hard, but it is achievable, because as humans we like to find problems where there are no problems, because we want to be entertained 24/7. Even during sleep time we want to be entertained, and that's why sometimes we find problems where there are no problems at all. So don't focus on a life where there would be no problems, because even the billionaires and millionaires have problems. Their problems would be unique, because they would be like, okay, I cannot find my private jet, or oh my god, I have this meeting on the other side of the world, but my pilot is sick. Like, you get my point. Everyone has some kind of problem, so do not wish for all the problems to go away. Just you should wish for, do what you want, but you should focus on why not become a person who is calm and patient and has the ability, intelligence, and all the necessary things that can solve their problems for them. Like hire a consultant or hire a personal assistant. I am not talking about you, I'm just saying about those billionaires and millionaires. They get someone else to solve their problems, but they still stress exactly like you. Even if your problem is this small in front of the others, you can solve it with a solution that is this small as well. So your oracle card is Vesta Hurt. And don't you think your image and this card has similar imagery on it? Like look at the arches it has. So I would definitely say that the problem that you're facing has a very unique solution. But I would say unique because it is so simple. It is going to be so simple, just like this card. All we want in our life is to be at home, feeling safe in our heart, and our loved ones around us, and our future to be very predictable. Some people are there who would want adventure, but some people just want peace. And that is what you're looking for. Every time you go out and do something, you have a feeling that something is being ruined in you. So your issue at the moment is that you are very reluctant to change. You are very reluctant to change, and that is your problem. That is your problem that you can solve very easily by doing the small practice of thinking about everything as to how it would look to how it does feel. Let me explain. So if you have a party to go to, or you have a situation that is at hand and you want to do something about it, you want to show up a certain way, and you feel like, but how would it look? Rather, how about if you think, how does it make me feel? Because the more you are in tune with how you feel, the happier you would be. The more you listen to yourself, the more you'll know yourself. The more you become more dependable on your own thinking, on your own intelligence. And the more you do that, the less you would be afraid of changing. Because if you change and make a decision and you're like, your friends and family would be like, oh, that is new for you. And they might be very snarky to you, telling you that, oh look, you changed, you used to be like this. It's fine. Put your ego aside and do what is best for you. So oh my god, so Four of Swords was the bottom of your deck, and that is exactly the advice that you needed to hear. To go through this door, the next door of your life, you need to be a little more open to evolution. Let life give you amazing adventures. Change with it. Let your mind be more flexible, because the more flexible you are, life will find wonderful ways to surprise you with amazing things. And every single time you think that something is hindering you, go inside yourself and find that resistance, because you're going to find that resistance inside of you rather than other people. So thank you for joining me, because wow, this energy was amazing. For a little while I felt so amazing here, and I too want to be this bougie person, and I just hope that everything works out for you. And if there is anything, do not forget to comment down below and let me know. We can talk about it. Bye. Hi, file number 2. Your pick was this door. And look, this door, according to me, because I've seen it, I'm a Maharashtrian from India, and there are so many killas. Killas are castles of Maharashtrians, we call it killa, and it had these doors on their castles. And I just remember the time I used to live in Pune, and I visited this one castle ruins, and That was the best time. I used to just go there and hang out, and this just gives me certain kind of deja vu. And before I move further, I should let you know that um, this door has a very very smaller door on the right side of it, and that is very normal because when you have this tiny little not tiny, average size people visiting one by one, the guards on the doors would let them in, and even we can go through them, and that is for just normal public to enter the castle or exit the castle. But if there is a war going on and if they have these big weaponry, they would definitely need to open the huge door. So when it comes to your pick, I get the feeling that what you are looking for, you're about to find it. And I say this because I get this feeling of Alice in the Wonderland when she grows bigger and then she becomes smaller for the smaller door, and then she just changes to fit through the doors. And also I say that because I just had some tea and I get the deja vu feeling. So I feel like when I used to be younger, so like a childhood fairy tale that I used to admire so much, which is Alice in the Wonderland. So the next part of your life asks you to be more open to wonders. Like there would be new experiences and there would be so many experience. Like your new life is asking you to open your heart to wonders to come through. Like you're gonna find so many unique solutions, and there are gonna be so many experiences that you would never think was suited to your character. Because you know, Alice was from an English household, like maybe her father was a lord, and they had very strict rules and regulations as to how the young ladies should be, and we have it too, obviously. But once she goes to the fairy wonderland, because she was running after a rabbit, she finds this world which is totally different, like totally unique. There was so many things that made no sense, but in a way made so much sense to a child's brain. And even when you go, you know, and the writer Lewis's story, it is so unique. Like how he wrote it, and he used to take this little girl Alice and her sisters on boat rides, and then he used to tell them stories. He used to create stories, and then it got printed, and he actually illustrated the original Alice in the Wonderland to Alice, the little girl who he wrote all of it about. And don't look too much behind that story, that's not good for any of us, but you get my point, that leave some time and some space for wonder. It's like when they say set a place for Elijah, set a place for miracles to come through. Like this door, you have a huge door that you really admire, and it has all these, like you literally cannot pass through. There won't be a rat that can get inside of it, but there's this tiny little door where you can enter and see the whole castle. And that is why they are saying to keep an open mind. And I would also like to say that if you come from pile number 1, then it is very similar to them, or it just feels like a continuation from them. It just feels like a continuation of pile number 1, but somehow yours is totally different. Like you feel like a person who would definitely live in a wonderland. Like your brain just keeps on creating this fantastical worlds, and you keep on going in your head about what is possible, what is not possible, and if something is possible. You have excellent problem solving skills, which people really admire a lot. Like they might not say it, they definitely don't say it to you, because they think you have a big head. They think you have a big head, like the Queen of Hearts, but they don't understand that your heart is pure gold. like to the world you seem like a person who has it all, because you just know how to pretend, just like Alice. But it is okay to be vulnerable. I know why you have been hiding it, because I get this feeling that there is a very soft part of you that could get hurt, and that could be trampled on by reality, and that's why you keep it hidden. But you always nurture it when you're alone and where you're writing or dreaming. And this is why your brain is so malleable and so amazing that you come up with excellent solutions. And the best part is that the best part is that you experiment a lot. And when you experiment, sometimes you fail, and you have that grace to just accept your mistake. You just say, okay, it was my mistake. And that is so amazing. So your card is tension, square, semi-square, and I don't know how to pronounce that word. If you know, you know. So look, this card, I do know the meaning of it. It is like coming up with creative solutions. So the issue at hand that you're facing, there is a very creative solution to it. Like when it was pile number 1, it was very simple and unique, but for you it is very complex to the mind. So okay, I'm gonna say the same thing twice. You just take whichever one you like, okay? To the minds who do not, to the people who do not know science, thinks everything is magic. To the people who do not know magic, thinks everything is science. And the same way I'm saying to you that sometimes some talents and some values in us are so unique, yet they are so integrated in us that it seems ordinary to us but extraordinary to everyone else. And that is exactly what it is. And when I say the killas, which is the castles of Maharashtra, we call castles killas in Marathi. So Shivaji, he started this whole empire. And if you go read about his charitra and about his journeys and how he created his own empire, and his go get inspired and keep doing what you're doing, and do not be embarrassed about your weirdness, because your weirdness is actually not a weirdness. It is an amazing quality inside of you. If you nurture it, it is going to come up with so many amazing solutions that it is going to make you so rich, famous, peaceful, happy. Because I would say all of them, these things are not important, but these are some things that is valued by the society. But for you, you're gonna feel that you have fulfilled the purpose of your life. So you're gonna find the purpose of your life once you start accepting that you are the person who come up with quirky experiments and come up with unique solutions, and people do admire you. They might not say it to your face because they're afraid of you. They are very afraid of you, you intimidate them, but they actually respect you a lot. So thank you for joining me. I loved your energy, and oh my god, I hope that we are the same, like we come from the same stock. But you are unique, and everyone in this setting, in this pile, is unique. Thank you for joining me, and I love you. Thank you so much. Bye. Hi, my Hufflepuffs and my Hobbits. You have no idea how much I've been like excited to get to your pile, because all the other doors were amazing. Like you have seen the images, but oh my god, the Hobbit door on yours is just perfect. I mean, look at it. The Hufflepuff in me, like I'm not Hufflepuff, I'm Ravenclaw, but the Hufflepuff in me, it just gets so happy with all the green. Then there is a chair beside it, and then there is the yellow door, and then it is into the ground. And if you have seen The Hobbit, you know how amazing Bilbo Baggins' house was, and especially when it was filled with all the dwarfs. I loved it. And also the Hufflepuffs. Oh, if you also frequent the, the town of fan fictions, you just know Hufflepuff common room, that feeling of being in Hufflepuff common room, and then all the high students. And also we had Cedric Diggory. Then we had Cedric Diggory who used to be in Twilight. Okay, I'm not just fangirling after it. No, the point is that the energy I feel of you is totally unique from all the other two piles, because I have a feeling the only thing that is hindering you is accepting yourself. Like, if you are a person who would just go to places and just things just happen for you, like they just happen for you, and people are not even what can I say, surprised anymore, because they just expect that this is going to happen. Sometimes they send you to places because they know you just have a certain charm to you, and this is a blessing. You do not think this is a blessing. You just, wherever you go, people stare at you, and you think that they are thinking something bad about you, but they are not. They're actually admiring you. They're admiring so many things, like especially the way you look. I'm getting the way you look is so unique because you carry, if you have a little more weight around you, which is very common for Hufflepuffs, and I know it's not real, and I know hobbits are not real as well, but just give me this, okay? If you are a little heavier than others, because then you carry it in a way that people might expect that you would have low confidence, but you're like, hi. And if you have really tiny figure, even if you're a guy, you just carry it in a way that just screams regal. Like you have a way of carrying yourself. Like you don't think that your body is your own. It just comes from Mother Earth, or it comes from the heavens, and it is given to you. And the same way you treat every single person in your life, every single person who is in your life feels so special. So the problem at your hand is that you just cannot accept that how special you are. In a way, you feel like, why you? Why is there so much pressure on you and not anyone else? Like all the things that you think are hindering you are actually created by your brain, because to be honest, you're one of the lucky ones. It's like I'm getting the feeling that God's favorite. You're one of those girls or one of those guys, the lucky ones. God's favorite. You're God's favorite. But as humans, we have a tendency to seek out problems just to entertain ourselves, to seem like it was hard for us. Yes, life is hard, but you have a way of tackling problems in a way like you become one with it. You know how in Avengers, the ancient one tells the Hulk that, not Hulk, the ancient one tells Doctor. So I kind of lost my other camera, so I have to use this one, and I think I like this setting. But look, when the ancient one tells Doctor Strange that if you want the river to submit, then you have to submit to the river. So in a way, it is about, and he does not believe it because he doesn't know what she's talking about, but you have to understand what she's saying is that you have to learn the laws of nature to actually create something that would be extraordinary. Okay, in order to create something amazing, you have to learn the laws of nature, because the nature is really mighty and it cannot be controlled. But once you learn to work with it, once you learn to work with it and be one with it, and learn the laws and know that how you can manipulate it, you can create such amazing things that people are going to think that it is magic. So the people who do not know science think everything is magic. The people who do not know magic think everything is science. So take what you resonate, but what I'm trying to say is that you have a way of solving problems that not everyone else is, because you have always been very humble, you have always been very down to earth, and it has helped you to actually work with the energies of this planet, to work with other people and how they are feeling, and you are empathetic and you are sympathetic and you love people from all of your heart, and this actually helps you. People think that you have been just given, but you are really brave to actually listen to your own intuition. What you lack right now is the acceptance of how powerful you are. You have been, you might think that you are one of those earth worms, but to be honest, you are an amazing soul. So please accept yourself, and that is where you are lacking, because the next step or the next chapter of your life that is about to come in your life wants you to accept yourself. Because the more you accept yourself, like, how would I say this? Okay, if you're working with other people's energies and you are helping them, when you're working with the laws of nature and you're manipulating it to create something amazing. Now imagine if you become one with yourself, accept yourself as you are, and remember how divine you are, you would be able to unlock the powers in you that is infinite. That would be so powerful. And I really think that this would help humanity in the long run if everyone learns to accept themselves and inculcate all the aspects of themselves and understand how powerful they become once we accept all the aspects of us, the good ones, the bad ones, the acceptable ones, the non-acceptable ones, the unacceptable ones. Like, take what resonates. And sometimes I just lack words, but you know the feeling, because if you would not have stayed this long, if you wouldn't have understood what I was saying, because it is less about words and more about give and take of energies between us. Thank you so much, and I was so excited for your reading. And all my little hobbits and my little Hufflepuffs, I love you. Please join me again, because I love feeling this energy. Bye. Said bye, but I forgot to give you a tarot card, so I'm gonna give you a tarot card, and it is King of Cups. Guys, I literally pulled it out. King of Cups. King of Cups suggests that you're on the verge of creating something so huge and so amazing, and it is all because you believed in yourself and you trusted yourself. Trust your intuitions, and for you, I would say, don't wear blue for a little while. Don't wear blue for the next week. That's it. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.